This is SAP COPA training. The business process that we are covering today is that integrated planning in which COPA plans are transferred to production planning. So this particular training is delivered by FICOanalyst.com. So the main objectives of this session are understand the concept of integrated COPA planning, look at the business case for plan data transfer, enter COPA plan and transfer to PP module, and display the plan data in PP Logistics Information System, LIS. So the contents wise, like we will look at COPA planning framework for entering the data, and we display and analyze COPA plan data. And again, the same thing, we will display and analyze production planning logistics information system plan data before transfer, and we execute the transfer part of the integrated planning, and display and analyze the data, the plan data after plan data transfer into production planning module. So basically, COPA plan data for production is like the data in COPA is entered at different characteristics level based on either historical data or forecast from Salesforce from the market. An example being, let's say sales regional managers project how much is projected sales quantities by product in a given period, and based on the forecast quantities, production plan department can start planning their production activity, right? So this is what happens in the overall. In a graphical manner, if you see, we have in the market in which like you are selling your products, and you have the sales force, sales team, which will have direct linkage in the market. They will know first-hand information from the market, how much they are going to sell in a particular period by product and let's say by customer. Okay, so once this information is available and by quantity, obviously how much quantity that they are going to sell. So this information is what you can say as a forecast in the market, and this information is passed on to normally into COPA module, right? So as the COPA plan data, because the COPA plan data, you need this quantity so that you can plan your all revenues and your all expenses, and then that can be used for analyzing your planning reports and gross profit margin analysis reports. Okay, so once this plan data is available in COPA, so now it's just a matter of transfer part of the integrated planning from COPA to production planning module, right? So what the production planning module will do is that information they will take, and then they will start their production plan itself, and that we can call it as an operation plan. So basically, the information that is coming from market by sales team is going into COPA first, and that is used for analysis from the finance point of view. The same data transferred into PP module for the operational plan and the production plan purpose. Okay, so this is what we call as the integrated planning, right? So you can also say COPA forecast to PP planning, right? Production planning. So let's look at one of the demo here, and then to see how the integration works. And I'm going to show these transactions like KEPM, which is a planning framework, and execute the transfer, and also look at how the data displayed. Okay, so let's go to SAP now and look at these transactions and see how the integrated planning works. Right now we are looking at a transaction code MC95 in production planning module. So here there is an infrastructure which is S621. Those who are from production planning background easily understand the infrastructure. So basically this is the infrastructure where you have the plan data in active as well as inactive versions, right? So let us look at what actual plan data is already there in production planning module. And in order to look at that information, that let's say this production planning information is available at sales organization, let's say 3000, division 04, sold to party 3000 here, and material is P-100 and plant is 3000. And then I'm looking at the active version. So if you see here, so basically the information which is available in a build quantity by period, like by different periods. Like for example, we can go back to the beginning of the time. Here, for example, from the January of 2014, you have 1,000 quantities, and again February is 84 quantities. Like this, you have the projected values in PP module. So these values are coming from COPA, and I'm going to show you the demo from the COPA point of view. So right now you just watch this particular information, and meanwhile I'm opening another session where I will show you the COPA data, KEPM transaction code. I'm going there, and this is COPA planning, and let me. This is also called planning framework. Okay, so the planning framework information is here, and I'm just double clicking on that information. One planning the framework that I already created, planning levels. So I'm just going here and looking at the planning information. So the planning that I entered, the data is that by customer, again by division, period from January of 2004 to the December of 2014. Sorry, January of 2014 to December here, and the plant information is 3000, and product is P-100. Again, the same kind of characteristics in COPA as well. So let us look at the plant data here. So the quantities which are like obviously invoiced quantities, and if you go and look at the data here, okay, and then the values which are January is 1000, all these values are entered. So just to watch it how it works, so let me make it like 200, sorry, and February 2000, let's say March 3000, right, and April 1000, and May 500. So let us think of like these are the quantities that I'm manipulating, changing them. Okay. Now, if I go and post this information, so this information is in COPA. This is sales plan data, which is available in the COPA. So I'm just saving this. So again, please watch it here. The quantities in January, February, March, April, May are changed, and this changed information should go here. So you see here, if you observe carefully, so the quantities which are there in February are 84, and March 83, April 83. So this information will change once we transfer the quantities from COPA. So first of all, let me save the data in COPA here. So I'm just saving the data. So the data which is, it is telling you that the plan data was posted in COPA. It is giving the information as well with the document here. Okay, but this is just posted only in COPA, and if you go and come back here, and this information is not yet changed because we did not transfer the values yet to COPA, from COPA to PP module. Okay, so that is the information that is right now. I'm going ahead and creating another session to transfer the data. Okay, so for transferring the data, there is a transaction code called KE1K. So based on the transaction data, so like all the configuration is put in place, obviously. So now we are just using this information is used for transferring. So I'm just selecting, from period 01 2014 to December of 2014. And again, this is part of the configuration, part of the training that you learn. And selection criteria, you are transferring the data here. So basically, like again, I'm going back here and selecting the test information. And here the test one is removed, and I'm going ahead and executing this particular transaction. So the moment I execute this transaction, now what SAP is doing is that the data from COPA module is transferred to PP module in SAP. So for example, again, still the data is still here, 84. And if I go out from this transaction and come in again, so if you carefully observe, the data which is in, this is in C production planning module. So now monthly data is changed. So monthly data is now pretty much like February 2000, March 3000, and April 1000, and May 500 quantities. So based on these quantities, again, production planning people will go ahead and start producing or put together their plans for production activities. Okay. So this is all about like transferring COPA plan data to. Thanks for watching our video. And again, this is our information. You can contact help for erp@gmail.com, and our associate contact details are srini@edset.com. Again, you can go and watch some of the videos at ficoanalyst.com, and you can register at our different site, or you can call this number. So